Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope your day's starting out well. Thank you to everybody that joins, comments, listens to replays, listens to the podcast. I appreciate all of you. You know, I'm drinking out of a Disney mug this morning that my daughter gave me because she thought it was cute. So, got that mug this morning. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody that was watching the reel and the TikTok video. You know, I posted it on TikTok. I posted it on a reel for Instagram and Facebook. Posted it on LinkedIn as well. And it was just a little message yesterday about our responsibilities, regardless of who won the election. Lots of feedback. Is one of my biggest TikTok videos yet. Thank you to everybody that commented and liked and watched that. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on all those different platforms. I think it's an important message. Now today, as some of you know, I teach communication programs. Many of the programs that I teach involve dealing with difficult people, de-escalation strategies, and so forth. And because I do that, when I read this quote this morning, I thought that'd be a good thing to talk about today. The quote is, "It seemed rather incongruous that in a society of super sophisticated communication, we often suffer from a shortage of listeners." That's a quote by Erma Bombeck. And that's a pretty good quote. We do have super sophisticated communication. We can text, we can email, we can call, we can Zoom. However, often it does seem we suffer from a shortage of listeners. And in my live programs, listening to understand and to understand the interest driving people's positions is such an important concept. And it's so important for all of us to do. We want to listen to people, understand their interests, which are the things that are driving the position that they're taking. Because it's only when we understand that we can then communicate to be understood and reach agreements, resolve conflicts, diffuse potentially violent situations. We can't communicate first. We want to listen first and listen to understand. And the problem is, too many of us, and I fall into this trap at times too, we don't listen. We just wait for a space to say what we want to say. When if we listened first and understood, we could communicate more effectively. And it's only through effective communication that we will solve problems, resolve conflict, prevent potential violence from happening. Now, the first step in self-defense, when you're engaging with something that could become violent and physical, if you can't escape it immediately, you can de-escalate it sometimes. And that effective communication can help you de-escalate and keep things from going violent. Now, in my active shooter programs, I discuss when people are shooting and hurting and killing people, the time for communication is over. So I'm not saying you're going to go into an active shooter situation and de-escalate somebody that's killing people. It's beyond that phase at that time. But many, many violent situations could be de-escalated and diffused through effective communications before they get to that level. And one of the keys is listening. And that's why I thought Erma Bombeck's quote this morning was on point. We have all this sophisticated communication capability, but we often have a shortage of listeners. I want to say good morning to Jay. Jay says, "Big Montana, good morning" from Jay and Vicky. Good morning, Jay and Vicky. Appreciate both of you being here. Jay also said, "Right on." I appreciate that, Jay. Dixon's here. Good morning, Dixon. Dixon said, "Audiences conditioned to give automatic responses are also a pitfall. Oh, that's true too, Dixon. Thank you. We have some turbulent times. We have a lot of heated emotions in this country. We really need to step back, check ourselves, because ourselves are the only thing we can control. We can't control the others, and work at better communication, because that is the key to so many different things. I hope you have a tremendous Thursday. I'm heading out. It's a chemo day, so that's where I'm going to be today. I hope you do something a lot more enjoyable than that. Do something productive. Make it a tremendous day, and I will see you tomorrow.